Hello, everybody. My name is Beatrice Gonzalez, and I am a spiritual investigator here to report the news of what the FBI knows. So let's get down to business and talk about what the FBI knows. See, all of us, we're all working around the clock together to bring this criminal organization down to its knees. See, there's going to be a regime change in the United States, and these pedophiles who have been using military surveillance to invade the American people's privacy, sex trafficking the American people, child exploitation. See, these monsters didn't think that they were under investigation, that what they were doing, all of them together, corrupt government officials, all of these individuals working together, the ones on that name list with the little ones on the island who has been hiding behind law and government, invading the American people using military surveillance to watch all of us in our homes. But see, these monsters were gaining money off of this filth, this garbage. They were trafficking people, recording us, making child pornography through this illegal surveillance that they were doing to the American people. And see, now that we know who they work with military families who assist all of them in court with illegal court proceedings, one sided court cases, how they use smear campaigns, defrauding the American people through fake news. See, these individuals, these monsters, now know that their secrets is all out in the open. And the American people is taking America back from the hands of the enemy who has been exploiting the American people. So there's going to be a regime change. And just to let you know, we have the backing of many people who are riding with us. That is the Marines, the Navy, our Soul Tribe family, and the Vikings. That's right. See, there's going to be a regime change, and all of these people are going to have to leave the bench within the 50 states that have been committing this filthy crime of child exploitation, sex trafficking, fraud in court with military families. See, now that we know who you are, the technology that you have been utilizing to spy on the American people, to surveillancing us using military technology, hacking our devices, changing information so that you can make court cases go your way in court, so that you can enrich your filthy hands with blood money, putting life insurance policies on people that you target, working with community members, military families. See, this is why there's going to be a regime change, and all of us is coming after you. See, military tanks are going to roll in, soldiers, mass arrests, raids is coming to all of these communities that have been participating with this uh, child trafficking ring. See, your time is over. You're not going to continue to do this anymore because we're removing you from your position of power that you had abused. utilizing military surveillance, military technology, hacking, watching the American people. This is absurd, but the time is here. So people get ready because it's going to happen. Oh, it's going to happen 100% because there's so many of us that are ready to remove you, to get you off the bench where you have utilized your position of power to exploit the American people. This is over because we know who you are. We know what you have been doing against the American people. This criminal organization, because this is organized crime. This is organized crime with the J's. Yes, these Jews who have taken over our country, who have exploited all of us for their own personal gain, working together with lawyers, district attorney, politician, congressman, all these people who are in it together, who is covering up the island list, the people on the island. This is why they don't expose that list, because they're all pedophiles. They are the ones behind the bench who has been trafficking families by exploiting all of us. This is how they have enriched their lives, their families. This is how they built their corporations, their businesses. This is why they have what they have, because it was all done through theft, through fraud. And the American people need to see the truth. Who is the enemy in this country? Because they have been practicing slavery in the United States, trafficking innocent families that they target to remove their children from their families, because they took my daughter. They took my daughter, Sharona Patel. They took her using fraudulent evidence, working with doctors who altered medical records to say that I had AIDS. This is the way they do it. They work together using fraudulent evidence that they create together so that they could utilize you for fraud behind your back. They work with military families that are all in it together because they get paid. They get a slice of the pie to help a child trafficker who exploits you, your children, and then sex traffic you, and then your children go into the hands of pedophiles, child molesters. This is what they did to me. They altered all kind of evidence so that they could present it to make me look as if I was dysfunctional, I was sick, I was a prostitute. They lied in court, and they work with military families because this military family target me and my daughter, and they all lied. They used fraudulent evidence, and they used military surveillance in our home to watch us, to spy on us, to target us. This is why there is going to be a regime change, because these people have everything that they have, all their assets, all of their homes, the money in the bank, the vehicles that they drive. All of it was done through fraud. Everything that they have. And this is why they put a life insurance policy out on my life, because they were trying to take me out. They wanted to enrich their lives by taking me out so that they can unalive me and receive that payout. But it didn't happen that way. This is why the government has evidence to what they did to me. And that's why there's going to be a regime change, because see, all of them, this is the enemy. This is the enemy in the United States. These are the criminals that were hiding under mask, deceiving the American people, lying to all of us, lying to the whole entire United States of America. These monsters are the ones that were committing crimes here in the United States, targeting innocent families, child trafficking. They have their hands all involved in child trafficking, child exploitation, child pornography, drug trafficking. They are involved in all illegal criminal activity. And another thing, since they work with the medical department, they work with doctors who are all a part of this child trafficking ring. The FBI and the DEA knows that this criminal family, who they pay doctors to approve documents for truck drivers, to give them the authority for them to drive 18-wheeler trucks on the road. But the thing is that a truck driver was questioned by the feds, and the documents that he presented from the medical doctor who approved for him to drive his 18-wheeler truck was not his identity. It was a stolen identity. So you see how they work with corrupt doctors to authorize and approve documents, medical documents, to allow people to drive trucks, but it's all through stolen identities. And the doctors know that they're committing fraud. This is why doctors are going to be arrested. And the FBI, DEA knows that the truck drivers, 18-wheelers, were all involved with fraud. They invest their money in real estate properties, LLC corporations, open up businesses because they work with a group of people, gang members, who take out people, missing people, American people, abductions, kidnappings that are all tied to life insurance policies. See, everything is coming out to the open. How this criminal organization work with gangsters, people who don't give two fucks about the American people. All they care about is enriching their lives with blood money. See, they know the banks that are all a part of this fraud, because the money that is coming into the banks are coming from payouts from lives that were sacrificed. See, everything that they do, their fraud, their schemes, working together with truck drivers who are all a part of this fraud, this scheme with life insurance policies, inheritance, wills, trust funds, all of it is coming out because they're all under federal investigation, and they know how they do it, how they work together to take people out so that they can receive that huge payout. This is why there is going to be a regime change, because these criminals who have been doing this to the American people, working with corrupt judges in court who have been all involved with this activity, working with lawyers, district attorneys, corrupt law enforcement, all of these individuals are all under investigation. And lawyers are now giving information to the wills, to the inheritance, to the trust funds, that is all connected to fraud and missing individuals, because they know that the way these individuals, military families, have been making their money was through fraud. This is pathetic. But these individuals are all going to be raided. They're all going to be raided, and they're going to be behind bars because you're not going to continue to keep sex trafficking, removing children from innocent families, and think that you're going to get away with it, because you're not. Because, see, our Egyptian soul tribe family and the Vikings and Galactic Federation of Light with the aliens, we are going to make sure to it that we remove all of y'all from the position of power that you have abused because you have sexual desires for children, and you have targeted the American people to sex traffic us. Oh, you have taken advantage, abused your power. You are the enemy of the United States. And this is why you have to be removed one way or the other, because you are the enemy. See, this is why they hide everything. All of them are covering up for each other because this is corruption. And they know that they're exposed now, that the United States knows exactly how they did it, how they form all of them together in court to make their blood money through fraud. The United States knows, and this is why your power is gone. Your power is gone. And there are a lot of upright law enforcement that are working with us. CIA, FBI, DEA, ICE, Homeland Security. See, you can't hide anymore. You can't hide your filthy, dirty, nasty, criminal activity targeting the American people and think that you're going to continue to do this to us. It's not happening. We're going to remove you, and it's all over. Get ready, because it's going to happen. These monsters are going to be removed. See, they corrupt America. They've kept the United States of America in such a low vibration because they only care about themselves. These people don't care for America. They don't care about anybody. When you have a group of people in power who have been misusing higher intelligence, military intelligence, to target the American people for their own personal gain, to exploit the American people because they only care about money and their sick, twisted desires for children and sex to exploit the American people through military surveillance and traffic you to make money. These are the people who are the enemy of the United States. These are all the people in position of power. See, this is why they don't speak up and expose that island list, because they're all on that list. Government officials who are in positions of power, who have been exploiting us, and they cover for each other. They hide their crimes. But see, now that America sees who the enemy is, now we're going to remove you. We're going to remove you, and your power is going to be gone forever, because now we're going to make America great again. You will no longer be in control and think that you're going to profit off of the blood money that you have been sacrificing the American people in the justice system, working with corrupt judges, lawyers, district attorneys. And you have politicians, congressmen, senators who you run to when you want your crimes to be hidden, because that's what y'all did. Y'all ran to politicians, senators, congressmen to hide everything that I was exposing. You tried to silence me. You tried to stop me. You did everything in your power to have me finished, but it didn't work. See, because I work with Galactic Federation of Light, Mars Sector 6, Master Aetherius. You see that alien right here? Oh, yes. He's had my back, and my soul tribe family and the Vikings. So you see, we now know who you are, and we're taking you down. Yes, because you are the enemy of the United States. You have been gaining money, lining your pockets with money from all of the fraud that you commit in court. You target families and then you utilize them through a smear campaign to bring fraudulent charges against them in court, working together with military families who are all a part of the fraud, and y'all enrich yourselves with the money. Because see, the military family who had targeted me and my daughter, she's receiving money, as well as a military official who was a part of the fraud. They all lied together in court. So the proof and the evidence is all known. And now they're afraid because they know that everything has been exposed, all of their secrets. And this is why we have the Marines and we have the Navy backing us up. We're ready. And we have all of the right people in our corner. We're taking you down, and we're removing all of these Jews who have been targeting innocent families behind the bench, working with military families. So now we know who are the child traffickers, the people who have been exploiting the American people. It's the Jews. The Jews have been doing this. They have been doing this and making money through fraud. They're the ones behind the fraud. The inheritance, trust funds, wills, real estate property. This is why their assets and everything that they have is going to be seized and confiscated, because it was done through sacrificing the American people. See, this is why not one Jew has got up to fight for the rights of those who have been exploited in the United States, because they've been covering each other's criminal activity together. They won't expose it. That means that they are all a part of child trafficking. They're the ones behind the children who is illegally removed from innocent families, working with lawyers who cover it all up and is a part of the scheme in court, attached to inheritance, wills, trust funds, life insurance policy. That's why they won't speak. Of course not, because they were all a part of the mock script court cases, the illegal court proceedings. See, I wasn't there when they did all of the illegal court proceedings. I wasn't present. They did it all behind my back. They worked with community members, military families. They pulled all of this off together. But now you're all going to have to pay a very big price because regime change is here and your position of power is gone. You're not going to target the American people anymore. You're not going to traffic children through the justice system anymore. And all of those government officials who have been targeting children and children being trafficked through the justice system, all those that are on that island list that don't want to be exposed because they don't want to be seen to the world as being a pedophile? Well, too late, because we've all been working around that list and we know who you are. And we all know that all of y'all are behind the 50 states, the judges sitting behind the bench targeting families, children, women, sex trafficking, everybody. This is what these monsters have been doing. They have been abusing their authority, abusing their position of power to uh, traffic the American people. So it's all over for all of y'all. So I have more information and oops. So this is why there are missing people in the United States because they work with gangs. They work with gangs, they work with Crips, they work with uh, uh, different gangs to target people that are all a part of this fraud. They know how to do it together, how they work together to pull off this fraud, to get the money. So, see, they work with gangsters on the street who target the American people. They work with gangsters, they work with military families, they work with people in the justice system because it's the judges, it's the district attorney, it's the lawyers. So they have all of the people to target the person who they're looking for a payout through a life insurance policy, an inheritance, a will. They know because they work with gangsters to take you out so that they could cash out on this life insurance policy. And they know that once they remove your children are being trafficked to homes, people who record your children, who molest your children, pedophiles who record your children to cater to foreigners in other countries who pay to see this filth because the FBI, CIA knows that all of y'all communicate with the people who have the children so that the client, the disgusting filthy client overseas communicates with the family to request what they want to see happen to the children, to be molested in front of a camera. This is disgusting. This is this these people. This is why There's going to be a regime change because you have exploited all of us, sex traffic our children, working with gangsters, military families, all connected to fraud in court with judges who are pedophiles that are all a part of this disgusting, despicable crime. This is crazy. But these people will be removed behind the bench. Oh, believe that. Your position is no longer secured because the government is investigating the government and they know exactly everything that you've done to the American people. And we are all ready. So, people, get ready because we're removing the Jews that have abused their position of power, who have been sex trafficking the American people. We're removing all of the people and arresting them for participating on one-sided court cases, illegal court proceedings, where American people were not involved in those court proceedings because it was all done behind our back. See, because the United States know it wasn't only done to me, it was done to countless people. Millions of American family were targeted. They were targeted by the Jews sitting in position of power behind the bench, who abused their authority because they have a right to utilize military intelligence to invade the American people. See, now we know how you did it because judges have a right to utilize military surveillance to spy on people. But they used it to target children and women and adults because they were spying on me. They were recording me. And then they used those recordings in court behind my back. They painted a false picture about me. They all lied together. They said that I had AIDS, that I was a drug addict, that I was a prostitute. They said I was dysfunctional, that I was a dysfunctional and I was not a good parent. See, they all lied. They know that there's no proof of that. They know that they created all of the fraudulent evidence that they presented in court. This is why none of them will come out to the open and bring the proof that was registered in court for the American people to see, because they know that they altered information, that they created it behind my back, and then they used it in court together. And then they thought that they were going to get rid of me, that they were going to have me unalived. But see, the thing about it was that they had already enriched themselves through the inheritance that they had stolen from me. They all had enriched their filthy, dirty hands, working with probate court, with a court clerk who worked together with all of them. And they worked with this military family who were all a part of getting the probate court certifying mail that they had all stolen, and said that I didn't receive anything because they stole it. But it's registered in court that I never received the certified mail. See how they all lied together? And now they don't have an answer to half of the things that they did, because they know they did it working together, staging this court case, all of them together, all hands on deck, to remove my daughter because two pedophiles were watching my daughter. And they wanted my daughter. James Stamos, a constable, and a politician named Gary Tennis. These were individuals, these monsters were watching us in our home. And I had filed a complaint about these monsters, but the whole law enforcement was all involved with these people. All of them were working together. This was a child trafficking ring. And they thought that they were going to get rid of me. They thought that they were going to have me unalive, but it didn't turn out that way. If anything, I winded up exposing all of their illegal criminal activity. All of it, because this group is tied into drug trafficking, drug engineering. They're all tied with all corruption. This was corruption with government officials that were all a part of illegal surveillancing. They worked with corrupt detectives who hacked into my devices and placed fraudulent evidence into my devices so that they could stage this one-sided court case against me because they had targeted my daughter. They wanted my daughter. They had took my daughter away from me with a fraudulent power of attorney, a fraudulent guardianship. They thought that they were going to be able to get rid of me, but it didn't happen that way. Now they know that all of them are in the hot seat. They know that they have been exposed. They know that if they show everything what they did in court behind my back, they don't have the answers to what they did, because when you pay a medical doctor to lie and say, I have AIDS and I don't have AIDS, you know that's fraud. When you pay somebody to say that I'm delusional, but I'm not, you know that's fraud. You know you have no evidence, and everything was all created together so that you can remove my daughter from me. See, everything is coming out to the open exactly the way all of y'all had did it. And y'all didn't only do this with me, you did it to countless families. You exploited the American people. See, this pedophile ring works because that's what they are, a tribe of pedophiles. They all work together with military families to target individuals, and they all make blood money from targeting families and sacrificing them in court. And this is why there's going to be a regime change, because all of the proof lies in my case. What y'all did to me. It's all over for all of y'all. And truck drivers who have been a part of this tribe of pedophiles working with gangsters and community members to take people out. This is why they had money to invest in real estate property, because it all came from fraud. Mommy, can you turn on the air conditioner?
Yeah.
Because it's a little. Truck drivers are wealthy, but they're wealthy because they have blood on their hands. They were all a part of this payout that they were receiving from the people who they were targeting, working with gangsters. This is why there's so many people missing in the United States. Kidnappings, abductions, because it was all tied to fraud. This is how they had received huge payouts to purchase their real estate property. And lawyers are already talking because they know they don't want to go down behind this fraud. They don't want to be a part of a pedophile ring, child exploitation ring, child pornography ring, because this is what they do. They watch your children, they target you, they record you, and then they remove your children from your home so that they can have your children being raped and molested by pedophiles. You bunch of dirty pigs. But all of y'all are going to get everything that is coming to all of y'all because of what you did to me and my family. You took my daughter away from me. Monsters. All of y'all are monsters. And then y'all had made money off of me. Y'all made money off of me because y'all were all connected to an account with my identity. Why? Why are you connected to an account with money that is connected to my identity? You had no right. You had no right to do this to me. You have no right to do this to the American people. Exploiting us, using us in court for fraud. This is why you're going to be removed, because this is corruption. This is corruption. This is fraud. This is child exploitation. This is child trafficking. These monsters, because they sit in positions of power, they think that they can get away buying off doctors, buying off military families, and splitting the money among all of them. This is how they had gained so many people in their criminal organization, working with gangsters and all of these people working together to make this fraud money. This is why they did what they did, coming after me, stalking me, watching me through fake accounts, putting hits out on my life, because they know that everything that I was exposing, everything that they did to me was illegal in court. Everything. And they know that they're guilty of the many lives that they had taken out and received blood money through fraud in court with military families that were all assisting them. This is how they've been making the money. And this is why the Jews have to be removed from the United States, because they are the ones that are all behind the child trafficking. They are the ones involved with drug trafficking, human trafficking, drug engineering. They're involved with corruption. These individuals have enriched their lives, their families. This is why they have so much, because they buy everybody so that they can commit crimes with them by sacrificing the American people. These are the people who believe and practice slavery, because this is what they have done to the American people. This is the enemy hiding behind the mask, the devil. These are the ones who don't want to expose that list, the pedophiles on that list, because they're sitting in positions of power. They're the ones who have targeted us. And that's why a regime change is coming, because You have nothing but hate in your heart for people. You have nothing but malice. You have nothing but anger within you towards people. Because for you to do this, to utilize the justice system and target innocent families, you don't care about anybody or anyone. All you care is money, to make money, blood money off of the people that you sacrifice and target. And this is why none of y'all will expose the child trafficking, all of the illegal activities that are being performed, conducted together in court with lawyers. None of y'all will stand up and speak up about the fraud, how you removed my daughter from me with illegal evidence that all of y'all had created together so that you can stage this mock court case and then get paid behind my back through accounts that all of y'all are connected to. This is why all of y'all were after to get out to get me. But it didn't work. It didn't work because I have God by my side. I have the aliens by my side who are protecting me. And this is why your whole entire organization has been exposed. Because this is not going to continue anymore. This is over. You're being removed from the position of power that you have abused. Your sick, twisted, dark, nasty desires for children is over. You're not going to target the American children anymore. You're not going to hide your criminal activity because all of y'all are getting arrested. Soldiers are going to be rolling down in army tanks, and the criminals are going to be arrested. And it's all over for all of y'all. You will no longer kill, hurt, molest, rape, target children and innocent families, and utilize the justice system to get away with it. The real enemy has now been exposed. So get ready, people. Regime change is here. We have the Marines, the Navy, backing us 100%. We have our Egyptian Soul Tribe family backing us up 100%. We have the Vikings backing us up 100%. And we're taking you down full force. All of y'all are going to be removed because you will no longer target the American people. It's all over. And I'm going to say a little prayer for all of the upright, and there's many of us who are all working together. Blessed Heavenly Father, Aravat, the great I am, Jeshua, Mother Mary, Mars Sector 6, Master Aetherius, Galactic Federation of Light. Thank you, Blessed Heavenly Father, Mother God Absolute, for your love and light. Thank you for all of your support for shielding all of us. Thank you for the upright FBI, CIA, DEA, ICE, Homeland Security, law enforcement authorities who are all with us and ready to take organized crime down. Thank you for their support, their courage, for their protection in keeping the United States safe and sound from these criminals, organized crime, tribal pedophiles who have invaded our beautiful country. Thank you, blessed Heavenly Father, for exposing and giving us the power to take them all down. Thank you, Holy Father, for your love and your light. God bless all of y'all. God bless your children, your families. God bless America and our president, Mr. Trump, and his beautiful family. Thank you, everybody. Have a wonderful night and get ready because it's coming and we're all prepared. Take care. Have a wonderful night.